Well, thank you so much for that. What we're going to do is we're going to call on Jeremy Moss to do the eulogy. Jeremy? Is Jeremy here? Okay, thank you, Jeremy.
10, 11 years old. We had an altercation. From there, we just became good friends. We changed that. We became brothers. And we stuck together through thick and thin. I went on holiday, he went on holiday with me. We've hiked to Cape Town, done silly things together, but we always stuck together. Up until today. I can't say much. He's my brother. I don't want to go into big details of all the things we've done. We've been everywhere together. We did everything together. We even fought together as family members do. Rest in peace, my brother.
Okay, we've got, thank you so much, Jeremy. We've got a few tributes which we're going to run through. And so if you've got the back of your notices, or it's probably the center page of your notices, the second page you'll actually see. So what I'd like to do is I'd like people who are going to be paying tributes just to follow one another, hand over to the next one, hand over to the next one, and that will just make it more streamlined and easier. So to start with, we've got Nolene Hughes. Okay. Followed by Kayleen, and then Ethan.
I never wrote my own speech. I never got the time to even say goodbye to our father. But what I can do is for my brother, my sister, and I. I'm the biggest child, but I never act like it. But my sister wrote a speech, and on behalf of her, I would like to read it today. If you would just give me a few moments just to get it. You speak a lot, and it's a long way back. Good day to everyone. Please bear with me. There was so much I wanted to say, and I couldn't find the perfect way to say it. This was a tough one to write, and it has been directly written to my father. To Daddy, there is a lot of memories we didn't get to share. But I want you to know that the memories I keep are those of a strong, tough, and protective father, uncle, brother, son. To all of our family members, you have been there. I see your stubbornness, I wish we had been closer and made a lot of more memories together with you. I would have loved to see the grandfather you would have been to our children. That said, thank you for the memories we do have, and I promise to make sure our kids grow up knowing their strong grandpa, Hugo. I love you, always have and always will, your daughter and son and other daughter, Kaylin Hughes, Norman Hughes, and Ethan Nolan. Thank you.
Right. We've got tribute number 2, Jocelyn and Rosen. Thank you. Thank you.
Greetings, everybody. I stand in front of everyone with a broken heart, a heavy heart. To be honest, I'm not a fan of audience. But I had to stay strong and say something about my favorite person. I won't be long. Daddy, this is for you. Every moment with you has been an honor. Every joke, every laugh, every cry has meant a lot to us. I thank you for being your best as a father to your children. We appreciate every single moment with you and everything you've done for us, and I won't break the promise you made me keep. To look after each other. I promise your bringing up and your teaching will make me a better person one day. We will miss you dearly, and I hope you will be an angel and look up on heaven for us. I know your last days were very hard for you, and that broke me. I was hopeless and felt useless. I couldn't help you, Daddy. But it's time for you to rest now. It's hard for us, but we're dead. Soldiers never die, but they are honored. Rest in peace, honey. Thank you.
And then tribute number 3, Stella. And Odette. Not Odette. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sing another song together, and then we're going to have 3 more tributes. So let's sing the next song together. You may be seated. We have a few more tributes. Laverne, I'm not sure if you feel up to it. You're going to do it? Okay, all right.
If tears could boldly stay away any memories and then I would walk right up to him and bring you back again. No farewell words were spoken, no time to say goodbye. You were gone before I knew it, and only God knows why. My heart still aches with sadness, and secret tears still flow. What it means to love you, no one can ever know. But now I know you want me to mourn for you no more. To remember all the happy times, life still has much in store. Since you'll never be forgotten, I pledge to you today, and Holland's space within my heart is where you will always stay. A short message from Verna. As long as I'm breathing, Hugo and Lavina, you will always be remembered, and I love you so much. Thank you.
Next, is that Jade? Is that Jade? Okay, so we skipped out. Charlotte. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I've been trying to get you. So that's what you go is what you do. Instead, what I'm going to say about my brother is coming from God. Okay? When I know what is possible, it will take time. So they told me, you need to come home with your brother just possible. So when it comes lonely, we will do it for you. Anyway, I was going to say, friends and family, I know you got a vast amount of friends, people that were close to him, and so we're going to bid farewell to a lot of people who knew him as friends. And we actually, when you go Hugo's nickname was actually Poisa. That name was given by my late grandmother, Poisa. And the reason for that is was because he was the only boy among 6 girls. So she said the name is Poisa, because we need to take care for those 6 girls. You can kind of be like in charge of those 6 girls. And I didn't know that. Standing here, I want to really farewell to him, you know? You go, what can I say about him? He was a very strong-headed type of person. So everybody knew about him. When my parents separated, we all moved to Cape Town. That's where we grew up. Hugo was with us. He was with us just for a short while. And then the type of person he was from a child, my dad came up in. And he said, you know what, he spoke to my mom. And he spoke to us and he said, he'd rather go and live this time in case he lived with my father because he doesn't want my father to be alone. My mother's going to go, so he decided he would come and live this side with my dad. So Hugo grew up here. So we didn't have much time, to spend with Hugo or bonding time. Hugo was a very private person. He didn't like much talk. He liked to be alone most of the time. And he was very, very strong. And he stood and he loved what he believed in, and it was just his family. His rules were his rules. No one could change it no matter what. Yeah, he fought a lot. Some things to fight. He fought a lot. But I don't think he knew how much he truly really loved him, He had no idea. And the thing that breaks me the most is he surprised us a lot, like now for the festive season. We were so family orientated, we spent a whole festive season with us. He came to the house and spent Christmas with us, and he was calm, he was happy. And we were like so surprised because Hugo would never sit for 5 minutes and then he wanted to go home. And then Boxing Day, we went to Mariela's place, Boxing Day. Hugo came along and he sat there the whole day. We danced together. And he was so happy. And I thought that was the age where Hugo was very strange. Because Hugo was not a person for that. Hugo would like to be at home, he's in his house, he watches the TV, or he'd go to the instead when he wanted to get it back home. He didn't like much of dating with anybody. There was times when he did, but not all the time. So he's very, very big boy because he was our only brother, the only one that we had. And yeah, so I just want to say that he feel well. It's very easy to say goodbye. I lost his sister. Very my sister. I lost my dad. Lost my brother. And very, the eldest. First one of all of it is not easy, Sometimes when it gets strong to yourself, because you always doesn't work like this. Family is so important. And so I want to take this opportunity just to say to everybody that no matter what, all family and siblings especially, make right, we need to make, we love each other no matter what. If you have a squabble, squash it. Squash it, toss it aside. Let's just love each other because, as it was said, tomorrow's not promised to any of us. Today we're here, tomorrow we might be gone. As God says, also, go holiday, but tomorrow with flowers and stuff. Because they take care of it. So I just want to encourage everybody, with issues and stuff. We have this family, love each other, stay close to each other at all times. Family is important. The girl to my brother. He's facing because it's so low in times. And I know he's with my dad, and I know he's with my sister. I just want to say so.
Thank you. At times like this, it's not easy to stand up in front when your heart is torn and to actually speak. So well done, every single one of you, for expressing the way you could. And we trust that with all of you, especially to the close family, that the Lord will actually be your comfort and He'll be your strength. And that in the days ahead, that you'll sense His presence in your life. And so, thank you so much for that. We have a few apologies today. And Kevin from Cape Town, I hope I've got it right. Kevin from Cape Town, Clifford from Pretoria, Harold and Tanya from New Zealand and Walter from New Zealand send their condolences, and they're sorry they can't be with us today here, but we trust that somehow, I see you guys are filming this or doing something, hopefully that can actually get across there. So, good day everyone, and welcome to the funeral service of the late Hugo Hughes. He was born on the 18th of May, 1975, and he breathed his last breath, as you can see on your pamphlets, on the 30th of January this year, after a freak accident that ultimately ended up in taking his life. Hugo is the father of 5 children, 4 girls and a boy, and the grandfather of 3 grandchildren. And so often we turn to face life and we think, why do certain things happen? Why is there so much sadness and heartbreak in the world? And you know, the Bible doesn't play down the fact that there is a lot of grief and a lot of sorrow in this world, because ultimately it comes from us facing the consequences of Adam and Eve's fall in the Garden of Eden, and that we experience every day in our lives. But you know what? The Bible has much, much more to say on this topic. For example, it says that it is possible to rejoice in the midst of sorrow. And it tells us that God ultimately will provide a place where grief and sorrow will be no more. Ultimately, that is going to happen. Yesterday morning, Wendy, my wife over there, and myself were sitting down. We were chatting around the breakfast table, and we were chatting about Stella, who we know very well, but her steadfast intercession for her family. You guys don't know how much she prays for you. And she prays all the time. And she really does. And we were just chatting about it. And how she, as we know her, has gone through much turmoil in these recent years, losing family members. And I guess that extends to all of the family around here. But Wendy was actually reading a psalm, which we actually felt was for the family, as an encouragement to the family. And the psalm was talking about the fact that God is, we feel, calling this family to new beginnings, and calling this family to restoration, and calling this family to joy. And so what I'd like to do, I'd like to ask Wendy if she can come up here and read the psalm for you. And I'll just get it here and see what you can get out of it as she reads it.
When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us. We are filled with joy. Restore our fortunes, Lord. Streams in the Negev. Those who sow with tears, reap with songs of joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them.
Amen. So I hope you got something from that, but it says here, the Lord has done great things for us. He has filled us with joy. We just had a real sense that the Lord is wanting to do that with you. And also, restore our fortunes, Lord. You know, there's loss. With loss, you used to think, okay, let's write that off. But I feel that the Lord is saying, don't write it off. Look to it and say, Lord, what is the next chapter in our lives? And those who sow in tears will reap with joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. So I believe that God is about to do an amazing thing in the family, and I would encourage you as a family member, if you haven't been seeking God with your heart, if you can begin to do that, because I believe that God has something more for you in store. And all He wants is for you to say, Lord, here I am. Don't have to be religious about it. Here I am. Will you draw near to me? And He promises to do that. And I feel that psalm, if you take Psalm 126, go home, read it. Maybe take portions of it, or even write the whole psalm out. Put it behind a toilet door. Put it in your bedroom. Write it out, put it in the places around your bedroom, wherever you are. Psalm 126, and read it. 2 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 10 shows us that sometimes grief can be a blessing, especially if it draws us closer to God. It says this, it says, godly grief produces a repentance that leads to God, without regret, whereas worldly grief, that is grief without God, produces death or emptiness. And Psalm 32 and verse 10 tells us that while God's children do experience sorrow, there's always God's love to support them. And Psalm 23, probably the most famous psalm in the whole Bible, and I think also one of the most encouraging of them all, says this: the Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He makes me, or He causes me, to lie down in green pastures. Now think about that. When He causes us to lie down in green pastures, what is it? A green pasture is soft, isn't it? It's better than lying down on grass straw. So He causes us to lie down in green pastures. Green pastures also speaks of life, of there being something alive. He causes us to lie down in green pastures. It also means there's something to eat. And so He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right path for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley, even though I grieve,